State. Played extremely hard as usual, and did everything they could to give themselves a chance with their second shots and third shots. Their offensive rebounding, their effort is always great. So I give them a lot of credit. Marcus McDuffie's had an unbelievable year. Looks a little bit tired right now. Hopefully he can get his legs back for the stretch runs. He's a tremendous player. But game changed when we started diving on the floors and not being too cool to put out effort. Basketball, 80 to 90% of this is effort. Trey Scott and Kane Broom, I thought, changed things with their effort to get loose balls or diving on the floor. That somebody's got to be the first guy to do it. It becomes contagious. Once we did that, we were able to get the lead. And it was hard to put them away because we didn't score much in the last 5 minutes after I think we got it to 15. I don't see it. We got it to 19. So we didn't score much from that point on. It doesn't say what the score was, but that's 6:31 left. That being said, obviously we got to do a better job with our defensive rebounding. I thought Rashawn really helped us in that area. He was great on the backboard when he played, 7 rebounds in 14 minutes. That's an area where I really need Keith to do a better job because he's a great athlete. But it's his first year playing, and he's still learning. He wasn't defensively good enough last year for me to keep him in the game. So he's come a long way. But for us to get where we're trying to go, we got to obviously do a better job on the defensive glass. So that being said, got to be happy with every win. Got to be happy with every win. I don't know what our record is, but I know we play Central Florida in the next one. So all wins are tough. All wins are tough. So you got to be happy. And guys played hard. Our half-court defense was off the charts. We did a great job in the half-court. Never a team got 69 shots against us, and they only scored 59 points. We held a team to 26% from the field. That's not easy. So you got to look at it. They missed 51 shots.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So they're going to get some offensive rebounds. It's a percentage thing. I'd have rather had them get around 12 than 19. We got too many guys blocking out, not going after the ball. It's an area where we've got to improve. But the guys know it.
Anything specific you did on McDuffie? Marshall said you guys really seemed to frustrate him, especially early on.
Obviously. In fairness to Marcus, I really thought that he got some looks that he normally makes. And I thought, but obviously just everybody's has the same thing. You can't let him. You got to make him work for baskets. You can't just let him shoot. So we did. We put a lot of effort into it. The guys did a good job. But I thought what happens is when a guy has to work that hard every game for every shot because everybody's playing defense on him that way, it's tough. And then what happens? You finally get open, and you don't have the legs to make it.
I know we asked you about this a lot, but so that's the same thing with Jaron, and to see the way he plays.
I think Jaron's got a lot more help, to be in fairness.
Okay. Marcus
is playing with, if they played 10 guys tonight, the only other guy on the team last year was Haynes Jones, who didn't get in. Jaron's got a lot of new guys, but they were on the team last year.
Sure.
How good of a passer is Jaron? Everyone knows he can score.
He's always been a good passer. I think there's a few. He's. There's a couple times where he gambles a little too much with his passing, but he's always had great vision. Always. He was our leading assist man last year in our last 15 games. If you ask Andre, say, hey, give me their stats last year from their last 15 games, he led us in assists.
Does it help the guys to look over and see Jacob and Troy sitting over there?
Tough to say. I don't know. I think they're probably more worried if their girlfriend's sitting over there than if Jacob and Troy are sitting over there.
Wouldn't you?
Did you have Jacob or Troy talk to the team at all, or sharing?
Jake, I didn't know Troy was here. Jake was at practice yesterday, so we knew Jake was coming in.
Okay. You talked about your team kind of growing throughout this season as we get closer to March. What do you like about them right now, and where do you think they are right now?
I like our record a lot. It's not easy to be to only have 4 losses in late February. I think we got a lot of pieces. We got senior point guards. We've got to improve finish around the basket. I think think that would be the biggest glaring weakness in the Houston game and in this game, whether Trey and Nas going 2 for 14, or Logan taking 1-foot layups that are blocked. He took a 1-foot layup. Like, this time of year, you can't look for whistles. Everybody's tired. You got to finish with strength. We have got to finish better. For us to get where we would like to go, we have got, when you get the ball around the rim, well, you got to score or get fouled at a high percentage. I mean, they're going to have some, but we're not scoring or getting fouled at a high percentage. I would think that is an area where we got to improve, and our defensive rebounding is an area where we got to improve.
Next year, Broston had a great day shooting, but he did have 5 blocks.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about his defense.
Well, that's the one thing about, our defense. We've tried to, the things that we do defensively to try to make you score over him. And he does, I tell you where he's improved the most, talk about improving, is challenging shots without fouling. Early in his career, he would swing at everything, which is what young guys do. They think it's cool to swing at everything. Now he does a good job of going straight up. He does a really good job. When a guy's coming at him trying to get fouled, he knows it, he feels it, and he blocked a couple today where he didn't even jump. He just had his hand there and he knew the guy was coming at him. So he's matured a lot, at that. And he took a hard fall. He's pretty stiff. So, but I told him, wait till he's 47.
Benefit of your bench being able to play different lineups still even at this point. A lot of Rashawn and Trey down low today probably.
I think that's huge. I've always said this. I say it every year. Here, you don't have 3 top 10 picks. We got to be the sum of our parts. Our bench is big, and we got young guys. So whether it's Trevor, Kane, Rashawn, I thought Rashawn was bigger than the stat sheet shows today.
He's struggling with his shot, but he's still coming in and giving you.
Yeah, I was happy for him because he works really hard. He's a tremendous guy and he works really hard. So, there's better days ahead, obviously, for Logan. Ellie knocked in a couple free throws today. His effort's always great. But there's a lot of guys, all those guys, other than Kane, they're all still improving guys that didn't play last year. So it's an area you just got to keep developing. But it will be huge for us. It's been huge for us. It's a reason we have our record is that we have guys that can come off the bench and impact winning. And impacting winning is not always scoring. That's the hardest thing to teach as a coach. If you were to ask me what's the most important thing to being a winning coach, you got to teach guys that there's 90% of what you do on the court is not scoring. And it decides who wins. Other things decides who wins besides scoring. Other things, passing, effort, talking to your teammate. We got to do a better job of talking to Nasir when he gets down on himself. It can't just be me. It's hey, he feels like he's letting his teammates down. His body language when he misses a shot. We got the other guys got to tell him it's okay. It's one thing for me to tell him it's okay. He thinks he's letting Jaren down. Jaren's got to make sure he knows they just play defense, big fella. So like those are areas where we can continue to. I think that will help him. That'll help his confidence level. I know it would help me. If the best player on the floor I miss a layup is telling me, hey, just get your head up, play defense, make the next one. So there's just always things you can improve on. But it's not easy to win. So you got to be happy you won the game and get ready for the next one.
Anything else?
Real quick, Coach, on McDuffie, the job that you guys did on him today, just switching everything. How much do you think? How effective was that today against?
You just slid in, didn't you?
What?
You just slid in, didn't you?
Yeah.
I gave a 5-minute one. I'll give you the quick one.
Okay.
So that I don't bore them. In fairness to Marcus, he's carried a huge load this year. I think he's a little tired. He got some looks that he normally makes. But anybody, so you're trying to work really hard to make him wear down. So when he works so hard to get open that he doesn't get any easy baskets, so he can't get a rhythm going. And hopefully he doesn't have the legs to make it when he's finally open. And I think there's a cumulative effect of that he's gone through all year this year, really being their only guy that played on their, Samaje didn't really play last year. So in fairness to him, I don't think it was all our defense. I think it's just some of it. It's tough to do what he's had to do all year for them.
Thank you.
You got it. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.